The Book of Unlimited contains the complete history of Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball. The beginning, the journey, the record performances, and the champions. This year, the Great Book records the closest championship chase in AU volleyball history. The champ and the challenger separated by less than 200 points. Behind them, 8 players poised to do battle for podium positions. 27 matches played, nothing decided. Join us as we crown a champion. The final weekend of AU Pro Volleyball is written next. Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball Champions Week, presented by Baden. As we enter our second match of night one, Team Abercrombie taking on Team Drews. Gold versus purple, 1 versus 4. Here we go. A look at our updated leaderboard after one match. Brittany Abercrombie has an opportunity here. We'll discuss in just a moment. Maddie Kingdon-Richel, she may have played her way into that third place spot already. Welcome inside, everybody. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Key Michael here once again. And Key, the first match affects the second match, a sweep.
Yeah, things just got interesting because if you thought that all was determined, it is not. Everything yet to play for. I think the Blue squad did a really big favor there for Brittany Abercrombie, but we saw that she is also human. She registered her first loss last week. The point for me is this purple side, their #1 draft pick, Claire Hoffman, has to show up tonight if they want to get a win.
Okay, for Brittany Abercrombie, the rookie, she's led for quite a while. The door is open. Maybe it's time. Kick it in.
Brittany Abercrombie, her name has pretty much been synonymous with victory all season long, going undefeated 11 matches until finally Betty was able to break that streak last week. However, Brittany remains in the gold jersey and on the top of the leaderboard because of not only her own skill as a player, her creative ways to score under pressure, but also the vision. She puts together teams that show grit and consistency until the final point. Right now, Brittany focused on one thing, that is making history as the first opposite to be crowned AU champion.
On the other side, Danny Drew is an incredible athlete, but she's had a rough run as captain, still looking for her first win this year.
Yeah, and returning to the captain's chair is no easy feat, especially if she's going 0-3 in week 3. But it's a testament to Danny's skills as a player, as a teammate. She continues providing value on court. She has that powerful arm, always a positive attitude, and a chance for redemption this week. And week 5 is all about being on a squad that collects the maximum win points. So the question is, has Danny Drews put together a team, finally, that can win?
Could Team Drews play the same role of spoiler for the championship chase while also increasing her chances of being on the podium? Kingdon-Richel did just that, 77-66. Kingdon with 21 kills, hit 420, and they swept 180 team points into their own coffers and have definitely affected the chase for #1.
And it's interesting, we talked about that team being a new mix of players. Guess how many players are returning from Drew's team in week 3?
Tell me.
0.
Oh boy. Here we go. Team Drews in purple. Natalia Valentin-Anderson delivers to the captain first. Brittany Abercrombie with the pickup on the other side, and then a smartly done set by Maddie Bug, who gets the start this week. Once again, she's been on again, off again throughout the season, #10 in black.
Yeah, she was with Betty last week, and we saw her as an MVP player in that second match they had together. She was getting all of the pieces going, all of the puzzle pieces firing. Can she do it again?
Maddie Casanova back in the starting lineup for just the second week here in 2024 as that ball is dug by the opposite. Going to the outside, TTA, that's Temi Thomas Ailara, one of those high risers throughout the season.
Yeah, she didn't get a whole lot of playing time in the first couple of weeks, but when we saw little pieces of her, we were impressed, as were the other captains. She continued getting drafted higher and higher, and now in that starting role. Impressive last weekend. Yeah,
last weekend, 41 kills, 32 digs, and 3 aces. And a nickname assigned via Key Michael, TTA. Hoffman, there's that #1 draft pick. Claire Hoffman.
Yeah, we gotta get some nicknames going for other players here.
Claire Hoffman, 6'2", just 24 years old, coming off a stellar career at Washington. She became the #1 draft pick this week.
Yeah.
For Team Drews and for the league overall in week 5, as that ball is missed by Lauren Page, originally out of the University of Oregon.
Were you surprised by Claire Hoffman being the #1 draft pick? Your face was not quite the shock when Molly McCage got that pick. However, you did look a little befuddled.
I did, but I think that's a function of who sits in the captain's chairs. As you start to strip out all the outside hitters, into those captain's chairs. You have Maddie Kingdon-Rischel, who had been the #1 pick several times in a row. You have to go somewhere, and Claire Hoffman is one of those players that has also risen throughout the season. Maybe not as much as Timmy Thomas-Ilara, but certainly Claire Hoffman has been on the accelerator, starting with her high pick for Betania de la Cruz Mejia midway through the season.
I agree with that. I was surprised though that I didn't see Lekator take that first pick. However, now, hindsight being 2020, Lekator is struggling a little bit in the reception with Betty in the last match, getting pulled, barely seeing the court.
And if you're Danny Drews, you had Brooke Nunneviller before, but you're kind of similar players.
Oh, yeah.
And you wanted a big arm. Well, Claire offers you a lot of heat with that big arm. Good job, Key. Almost got you. I'm here for you, partner.
Yeah, these blocking paws are cat-like. You know, decades of experience there. You can't get me.
Drews trying to chip off the edge. She does just that. Danny Drews, the rare unicorn, a lefty playing on the left side. That's been her entire career, save a couple of professional opportunities where she's been moved to opposite. And there's been some discussion of maybe if things were to go sideways for Team Drews, over to the oppo spot.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't even thought about that. She could bring in some stable reception and put herself in that spot. She's got Casanova in that opposite role, who was hot and cold. We saw her more defensive than anything. Right,
Sheridan Atkinson in the back up there as Molly McCage delivers on that backslide. McCage having herself a historic season at that middle blocker spot.
Yeah, McCage has been on fire, quieter than usual last weekend, but she's back now with Natty Valentin-Anderson. I think that connection is one of the best for her.
Thomas-Ilara sneaks that one inside of a charging McCage.
McCage loves a fastball, loves to get a little bit more speed than I think she was getting from Alicia Glass last week.
Thomas-Ilara back to serve. Hoffman, beautiful move for the pass. That pays off for Molly McCage, who went at #2 for Team Drews. It was a middle then a setter in the wraparound picks. Which one do you think has more impact for Team Drews this week?
It's hard to say because, again, Danny Drews has flip-flopped her entire strategy. She's taken fresh players across the board. None of these players were on her team in week 3. So I think she probably took Molly, then had a conversation in the Zoom room, said, who do you want to hit off of? And it's got to be someone who can give that ball fast.
Yeah, Nati's had herself another top shelf kind of season. Here she runs it down, delivers it to Casanova. Abercrombie tries to tip deep. Paige Briggs-Romine has a hand on it. Quick middle, battle with Fader versus Paige. Paige comes out the winner.
To answer your question about who is more important maybe as a pick, setter or middle, I know I'm always biased towards the middles, but I have to say setter because that player is touching the ball every single time. Every single situation to run an offense goes through the setter. So you got to have someone that you have a lot of faith in.
Good job, Key Michael. Way to come up with the answer. You passed the test. Natalia Valentin-Anderson delivers one to the outside. Not quite far enough. They'll get another shot at it here. Drews, the captain out of the back row, dug by Bug. If you like lefties doing battle, this is the match for you. Reset, fast to the outside. What a touch by Abercrombie. She was practically on the ground and then puts it away in return.
Can we get Dug by Bug on a t-shirt?
Yes, please.
Or Bug in a washing machine. There's so many possibilities here for t-shirts.
We do need some more t-shirts.
I mean, some fans brought us some t-shirts.
Whoever you are that brought us the Vibes Are Vibin'.
Vibes Are Vibing on a t-shirt. Now I'm just going to start throwing out in the universe everything that I want.
Bravo. Bravo, whoever that was. Set over. Valentin-Anderson delivering. So she'll collect 8 points for that. That goes down as a kill, and those individual points that are awarded for every play and during every play. Remember, your success on the leaderboard that we talked about is due to both your individual stat points as well as your team success. 118 points available in every match. Backslide, oh, nicely done, Kaz Brown. And that's another shirt. What can Brown do for you?
That's what she can do. get herself a split in the block. And of course, that's a lot to do with Bug as well, reading that situation so well. Tall setter, holding the middle blocker. I like that combination.
Yeah, our Dug by Bug is definitely D-U-G-G.
Yeah, yeah.
Nati with the dig. That's what she brings also. A lot of defense. Oh, coverage from Hoffman. Key play. Does it pay off? Maybe. Namaris Felizagosto with the dig. But not that time. Casanova is stopped by Brown. She'll get plus 12 for that block.
Yeah, Casanova not comfortable on that outside spot. And it's an interesting point you make. Could we see Casanova come off? Drews play the opposite. I don't know that she would choose to do that for herself, though.
We also haven't
lose
seen
all those reception points.
We also haven't seen Sheridan Atkinson very much. And she's coming off an excellent season in Greece. Ball tapped over, punched up. Years past that would have been called. Here it is let go, and no one argues. And I think that's for the better, but Key, you tell me. Second contact loosened up, good or bad?
Keep the play flowing, keep the momentum, keep the fans involved. There's a lot of stoppage in volleyball anyway, so I think I'm of the opinion that you just let it play.
Vibes are vibing, flows are flowing.
Words are not wording, though.
On the second contact. Back to serve. Lindsay van der Weide. Page double blocked. I think Brown got a hold of another one.
Yeah, she read that so well. So well. Cass Brown is somebody who I think her blocking vision is better than anyone out there in this league. Makes that move so early.
That pass was spot on, tipped. Drews works her way around it and finds the back line. To your point about Cass Brown, she already has 2 blocks, and we are not even halfway through set number 1. California native Lauren Page back to serve. Drafted in the 5th round by Team Drews. A little bit wide, looking for that deep corner. There's the aforementioned Brown, PVF Middle Blocker of the Year for the Orlando Valkyries. Everyone headed back to their pro season as Drews goes over the top there. Many of these athletes headed to Love or PVF, the 2 competing pro leagues that are operating in January.
Yeah, there's been a lot of conversation from all the players, just happy that there's so much volleyball happening. You know, you talk to players, are you playing Love, are you playing PVF? They always have a smile on their face, just kind of happy to say anything. Say like, yes, I am playing in the off season or the on season, depending on your perspective on it.
Yeah, and the overwhelming opinion I hear from those athletes as well is they would like to come back to Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball
100%.
next year. Everyone who joined this year, of course, a good rookie class. Over 20 athletes joining the 44 athlete field. As that ball is dug by Morgan Hentz. Thomas Ilara. Another play from Thomas Ilara. Dig this time. Players racking up 5 at a time for those digs. McCage put Nate on the board with that kill.
Play of the night so far for me. The swing of her career, perhaps. Look how fast she gets back there. And Nati does such a good job of recognizing when Molly has already gone and just fires that in.
That was a full width of the court run. Overhead. Abercrombie tips. Got it. Nati's going to claim that that ball was up, but it is called down. Will there be a challenge as to whether that ball was up? You can challenge ball up or down. Right now, it registers as a kill for Team Abercrombie. Should the ball be ruled up, we would be looking at a replay.
Interesting, because I'm looking at Nati's face, and she didn't look 100% convinced. She said, all right, I got these 2 fingers under it, but if you know anything about physics and the compression of the ball, that 2 fingers is just not enough. You kind of have to get it on the, what's the opposite of the palm? The back of the hand or along the arm somewhere. If you just get it on a finger, it probably touched the floor.
I watched a Brazilian outside sell her coach on 2 challenges in 3 or 4 plays and burned them both horribly.
Who was it and when?
I can't remember, but it was who it was. No, it was not anyone who was that big of a name. But this happened 5 or 6 years ago, and immediately she was no longer allowed to challenge anything.
Yeah, see, what I'm seeing is, yes, the contact is there. However, the floor is there as well.
Ooh, that is such a tough call. Our referees have access to a couple different angles. They can slow it down, back and forth. They'll get a little better look than we will get or you will get at home. It's just part of the replay system that we have in place. 2 challenges per team per set. Ball up or down is one of the things that can be challenged. And no, Joe Trinzi, we already showed it. You can't come and look over our shoulder. I see him trying to sneak into the booth here.
This is the VIP section.
That's right. Team Drews with the challenge here, and it is Katie Meyer, our R2 for this one in the box, trying to decipher the result of that play.
And it seems it's early days. You might think, oh, what does it matter? Just move on. No. We talk about this all the time because it's 100% true. Every single point can make a difference.
Replay called. That ball ruled up. Key, I don't know about your record here. We're not keeping official records, but you might not want to.
0-3 tonight.
Yeah, you might not want to put any bets out there on these challenges.
Yeah, definitely don't. Don't listen to me. What is volleyball?
Maddie Kingdon-Rischel there behind Danny Drews, having competed in the previous match. 21 kill performance for her. Good pass here. Abercrombie is blocked. Molly McCage fired up. Continues to add to her career high, season high totals.
That's a great read by Molly. Abercrombie is not an easy player to block.
35 blocks now for Molly McCage on the season. She'll redirect that one. Is it a kill? Indeed, net violation will give that kill to Molly McCage, who's piling them up. That's plus 20 stat points in 2 plays for number 5 in purple.
And this is why that was a fantastic pick. We talked about last week her being the first draft pick and that maybe not working out, but I think it was the combination. Her and Alicia Childress could not find their mojo together. Now,
is there mojo on that one?
There's a bit of mojo there, yeah.
Ace serve Danny Drews going deep corner seam. 4-point run for the purple side.
Targeting the space. Conversation needs to happen.
Abercrombie can't hit her way out of there. Claire Hoffman's a little early. Scramble play. Drews with an excellent read. Molly McCage, another long run. No kill this time. Tight, tough swing for the lefty. Casanova pops it up. Key Michaels cardio tested again. Outside. Hoffman blasted into Hens. That's good. With her last breath, Molly McCage with the kill. Play of the day.
Pick your jaws up off the floor, folks. That is the level of volleyball we will continue to see here. I love that that last ball goes to the middle. Look at Molly just heaving.
Technical timeout has never come at a more opportune moment. Key and I will catch our breath. So will you. We'll be back with Savannah Collins in a leaderboard breakdown. Bud. 15-13 early set action here in our second match on a Friday night. I want to introduce you to the third member of our crew. She's our points maven, Savannah Collins, with a little breakdown of how it's all playing out here on championship weekend in Mesa, Arizona.
Wow, did last game have an impact on this leaderboard right here? So this is after game one tonight, how the top 10 has shuffled. The faces haven't changed, but the order has. Just a refresher, these two, they're locked in right now, but 3, 4 were my big questions coming into today is what will happen right here. This number, 3 to 10, before game one, was 242. I want you to forget this number now. The number between Maddie Kingdon-Richel in third and Natalia Valentin Anderson in 10th is now 637, and that is because the dominant performance that we saw from Blue, here was the impact, 180 win points to sweep the sets, to win the game, has major ramifications for who could be in those two medal spots. You know, not only did Maddie Kingdon-Richel really prove who she is as a captain, I think she may have proved that she has earned and locked in to the number 3 spot this season, but 4 is still to be seen. These purple and gold athletes who are right here in this race have a lot of work to do to claim 4th place. We'll see who it'll be.
The race continues. When Savannah said, forget that number, Key, you were like, already done.
My face gets a little confused with all the numbers. I think Savannah does such a good job of making it clear for lay people like myself who don't love math. I get it now. I mean, I can see how drastic that change is just from one match, and it's awesome.
When you sweep, it has a huge impact on your position on that leaderboard, and no greater impact than for Maddie Kingdon-Richel on championship weekend. All right, outside back to action here, close first set. Molly McCage has been ripping. Morgan Hens got underneath that one. Do you go right back to number 5? No, this time into the middle. Wide open net, dug by Bug. Fader resets. Abercrombie can't swing. Van der Weide got a hold of it.
These two teams are so fun to watch. We're seeing not only fast balls, but the defensive plays that are happening over and over again. This is what's exciting to me, is that these two teams are not giving anything up for free.
The margins have shrunk over this 5-week period. There's an ace served. And all the little plays seem to play an ever bigger role every time we come out. Semi-Tom Masai Lara there collects 12 points for that service ace. Collision there. Both players good. That ball high to the left side. Van der Weide roll shot. Abercrombie was off the net. A little frustrated perhaps. Being asked to take out a lot of garbage, and there goes the can to the curb.
Well, to the conversation earlier about Nachi's pancake potentially hitting the floor, this is what you want. If you're going to get a clean pancake, that was basically off of her wrist, the top part of her arm, not the fingers. That's how you know it's definitely not going to touch the floor.
Brittany Abercrombie with that open door is now 1 of 16. 2 of 17.
Those are not Brittany Abercrombie numbers.
No.
That's fascinating, because we talk about her as someone who knows how to score, finds ways to score no matter what. She's struggling in that department right now. And I wonder, could it have something to do with the fact she's with a brand new setter? She has not worked with Maddie Bug. She's been with Sydney Hilly, Alicia Childress, and Nutsara Tom-Com, but not yet with Bug as her starting setter.
Timeout called by Team Drews, facing a 5-point run. We mentioned that first match. A dominant performance, 77-66 by Maddie Kingdon-Richel. That would be Team Maddie Kingdon-Richel for the very first time in AU Pro Volleyball history. She hit .420 and dominated in every way. Tons of range to go with the power.
She's nothing if not a scoring machine. She has every single tool look at the angle. She'll go around, she'll go high above, she'll find ways to close on the block as well. She was tough from the service line. That was one of the big strategies of Blue, was to get Orange out of system, and they did it. That's all from her as a captain. It's not just those point scoring, but it's also putting together a team that follows direction.
3 ways to score points: stat points, win points, and MVPs. As we look at our U.S. Air Force Match 1 MVPs, Maddie Kingdon, no surprise there, picking up top honors. Mary Lake, first MVP honors on the year. Well done by her, MVP 2. And then Brooke Nunneviller, 13 kills, hit 380. Hey, really nice night, right? Throw in 18 digs. An insane kind of night.
And that combination, right? We talked about those two particularly together having a fantastic combination, but also Maddie Kingdon-Rochelle talking on your screen right now to Dave Rubio, her former coach, her now facilitator. Those two will have a lot to talk about after tonight.
That's been Paul looking pretty serious there in the middle. I don't know what's going on. He is locked in on championship weekend, as you should be too. You can get closer to the action, lock in your spot by going to the Unlimited Club membership page. You can vote on game MVPs, compete in the AU Fantasy League for exclusive prizes and more. Sign up now, auprovolleyball.com. Stay up to date on all things AU Pro Volleyball throughout the year as we conclude our weekend here with you on a Friday night. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Key Michael, Savannah Collins on the sideline. We'll be back on Sunday and Monday. Time's changing here in Arizona, or not changing, but changing everywhere else. So we will be on same time here in Arizona, but your mileage may vary wherever you live across this great United States.
So the pressure's now on for Team Drews, right? We saw them solid in that first part of this set, and I thought, all right, they have a real solid chance here. But again, Abercrombie, as per usual, putting points on the board, but they don't look like they're doing it easily. I think the key for Drews' side right now is to take care of that first contact, because some couple of aces sneak in there.
All right, just 3 of 19, but Timmy Thomas-Ilara, her top outside pick, 4 for 4. Speaking of top picks, Molly McCage delivering on value.
And here's the value. As soon as they can get that ball into Nati, she can add the speed. She can use Molly to her full advantage. If the ball is off the net, you're kind of utilizing? No, neutralizing. Thank you. You're neutralizing your middles.
Page brings Romine into serve. Got the women in black and gold off balance, but it didn't matter. Lindsay Vanderweide quickly gathers it in and tight ropes with that kill. Vanderweide is also off to an excellent start. That could be huge for Team Abercrombie. They lead by 3. Into serve, number 31, Gabby Blossom out of St. Louis, Missouri, and USD, University of San Diego. Hoffman trying to go high hands, dug by Blossom. That's the Abercrombie we know. Cleaning up high ball, scoring opportunities, 20-16.
What's scary if you're the purple side are the numbers you just said. If Brittany Abercrombie is not the one doing the offensive damage, but yet is still up by 4 points, imagine next set when she does start to get in her rhythm.
Well, we touched on that 1 of 16. That could easily be rerouted via 8 kills in a row. Not this time. The block is up to the task. Hoffman alongside Page for that block. That would be an all Pacific Northwest combination.
Good discipline there from Paige. And I'm trying to have a look at what the set is. What's going wrong for Abercrombie? Why is she not able to score? I'm going to keep an eye on it because maybe that ball's dying a little inside for her. Again, as a lefty, it has to be pushed all the way out. Otherwise, you're kind of losing height, losing advantage.
Yeah, Key, you tell me. I've seen her too far off a few times. I've seen her underneath the ball. That ball's down. Kaz Brown makes sure of it. Just a little extra.
It's the job of the middles, blocking, attacking, and making sure that the ball is on the floor.
Abercrombie to the back row. Bug will be right front. Bug versus Casanova. Instead, it's the other side. Hoffman versus Vanderweide. Fast backslide thrown all the way back by Kaz Brown. She has had an excellent opening stanza.
Yeah, and she's kind of sneaky with it. We look at the Molly McCage, and she's aggressive. Her balls are really fast. They're going through the block. Kaz is scoring points in unpredictable ways. That tip throw is a perfect example.
2 kills, 2 blocks. Couldn't get that one from Paige. Delivery from Natalia Valentin Anderson.
I'd like to see more out of Paige. I feel like setters have gone away from setting her in the last couple of weeks. She was much more involved in the early weeks.
Yeah, best combination for Paige was the Paige McCage week. First time they were together, they were a deadly combo. Valentin Anderson outside. Drews bang through the block, off the defender and out of bounds. Drews back a little closer. They're within 3.
Well, Drews, or Nati, firing that fast to Drews, but Nati is the kind of setter that likes to use her middle. She will try at all costs to keep Paige McCage involved in the offense.
Danny Drews picked up nearly 900 leaderboard points last week. Had her going all the way up from 9th to 4th. She was a big mover in week 4. Vanderweide serving the deep end line. Drews, she is elevating tonight.
Drews is a specimen of athleticism. You can see it when you just look at her standing straight up, not even in sports clothes. You can tell she hits the gym, but look at how high she's going, and combine that with the fact that she's a lefty. That ball can float wide. She gets her height and her power on it to really chisel it down the line.
Tom coming to serve. Drews with the dig. And the delivery. The comeback is on thanks to the woman who is excellent at volleyball but suffers from RSF.
Tell me.
Resting smile face.
Oh.
Her own diagnosis. I'm not sure that was a medical diagnosis. That was Dr. Drews on Drews.
I'll take it. I love it.
Open net. Temi Thomas-Ailara. An ill-formed block benefited her. 24-21. Team Abercrombie. TTA is 5 of 7 in this first set.
They're using her sparingly, but when they do, effective.
#1 draft pick for Team Abercrombie, playing like it. McCage somehow manages to get that one inside a bug. That was a magic act right there.
Well, that's what Molly does. Pulls rabbits out of hats. Pushes balls through the block.
Second set point. Casanova into the net last time. This time long, and the first set is over. (25-22). If you're the captain, sometimes you need your team to pick you up a little bit. Team Abercrombie has just that in the first stanza, and they collect 40 team points. The Arizona Sports and Entertainment Commission is proud to be a champion of women's athletics, supporting incredible events like Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. They are committed to promoting top-tier sports and events that drive economic impact and unite communities. You can get more information by visiting a-zsportsent.com. Go ahead and check it out. 25-22 after our first set. Team Abercrombie, it's all about that TTA in the first set.
She's been somebody climbing the leaderboard time and time again. We've been so impressed with her last few performances, but not only us. Brittany Abercrombie calling it out in the draft. She was the #1 draft pick for Brittany because she had a great weekend. She scored well in all her matches, and if you're catching the eye of one of the top scorers in the league, you must be doing something well. Tonight she's doing it all. Attacks, service, blocking. She's bringing the whole package to the gold side.
Look at our stats through that first set. What's jumping out for you?
Service errors.
Okay.
5
Same
to
as the first
1.
match.
Yeah. So we saw exactly, that's a really good point. We saw Maddie's team do a really good job of really focusing on their serving targets, being aggressive, but also without very many errors, Drew's side right now seems like they're a little all over the board. They just haven't really figured out exactly what they want to do from the service line. It maybe is sometimes serve your best serve, but also you have to find a target and go for it.
See if Team Drews can figure out what they're going to do in the second set. You can figure out what you're going to do. You need to go ahead and go to AU Pro Sports Shop now on Instagram and give them a follow. Stay up to date on the new arrivals, limited edition items, and the exclusive merch offerings at AU Pro Shop. AU Pro Shop, easy for me to say. Follow and connect. All right, Team Drews needs to make some adjustments. We have tried to figure out what those might be by sending Savannah Collins.
Yeah, here's what Team Drews is trying to figure out in their huddle after that first set. Their captain, Danny Drew, says, hey, it really feels like the defense is there, in particular the block defense. We just need to clean up our service on both sides of it. Our serves need to be a little crisper, a little more in the spots that we intended. Natalia Valentin Anderson chimed in. She says, hey, I really feel like we lost that set. We can do better than that. We can come back in this second set and win. And I really like this call out from their facilitator, Joe Trenzy, because they felt like the gold team block was not quite in sync. But they said, hey, don't wait too long to see the block, because the block's going to be there if you kind of stood and waited and kind of was eyeing them out. He said, let's play our game. Let's keep the pressure on them as we head into set 2. Kevin?
Key headed into set 2. I'm going to put you in the captain's chair for Team Drews. It's now Team Michael. Your opposite is 0 for 6, having been blocked once with 2 service errors and 7 digs. How long is the leash on number 0? Heidi Casanova.
It's a good question, because we've seen sparks of greatness out of her, but she hasn't established herself as that dominant figure that maybe has earned the right to just stay on court all match long if she's not performing. So I think I would maybe make a change. I would have already made a change and just brought Sheridan Atkinson in, just give her a chance. Let's see what she could do.
Yeah, Atkinson coming off a good season in Greece. We have not seen much of her except in a double sub role here in this season 4 of Athletes Unlimited, her second season with us. GTA collected another kill inside the block there, and quickly Team Abercrombie is out the gate once again, 2-0, make it 2-1 off that kill from Hoffman on the right.
And to Savannah's point, which I love that we had her in that huddle to basically reiterate almost what I had already said, was that serving right now for the focus of the purple side has to be A, get your serves in, but B, find that target and stick to it.
Thomas Ailaro showing you range and power on those back-to-back swings. Just go ahead and put that in the training manual. Here's how you do it.
How is it you do it, Kevin?
Sharp line, draw them in, come back, punish them down, or sharp angle, punish them down the line in the second swing.
Variety. There you go. Switch it up.
Not sure what a sharp line is. Hence flying and grabbing. No swing to be had. There's a swing for Casanova. She finds the court. Is that Peach? The Peach area.
First of all, great dig by Hensville. Second of all, Casanova, you're exactly right, has a huge wide open space to work with there. They've only given her 1 blocker. So now they've kind of taken the focus away from her even more, so she needs to score now.
Nati pops that one up. Lauren Page, nice scoop, but it's a better block from Abercrombie. Just when you think Team Drews is making some plays, Abercrombie makes a better one.
Yeah, don't ever go quiet on Abercrombie. Watch how far her arms go over the net, and you'll see how tough it is to score around her. Just takes up a lot of space. Tall but strong.
Yeah, Brittany Abercrombie's only 6'2", and in volleyball parlance, it's not huge, but man, she looks like she's 6'4" or taller out there the way she extends. Playing bigger than her size. That ball tapped over by McCage. Delivered to Vandewide, who works off of Casanova.
Maybe it's the arms. Does Brittany Abercrombie have really long arms?
All right, we're going to have a little reach contest later in the weekend.
I'm looking at her standing next to Kaz Brown, and it looks like her fingertips go a little longer than Kaz, and they're pretty much the same height.
Yeah.
Might be imagining that, though.
Span 6'6", height 6'2". Abercrombie, Team Abercrombie, 6'2". That's symmetry. I don't like that. Yeah, what a rookie season it's been for Brittany Abercrombie, lethally efficient. Emily Thader back to serve. She's been another one of that crowd of risers. whose value has gone up throughout the year, and value going up right now for Heidi Casanova, who's having a better second set.
Yeah, Thader, you mentioned her. She was one of the top blockers coming into last weekend. She was right behind Molly McCage, but the two of them were together on a team. Neither of them were particularly effective in that area, so certainly something they both will have thought about coming into this weekend.
There's Abercrombie.
Bit of traffic there on the right side. Kaz Brown thinking she maybe wanted to be in the opposite position.
That ball dying a little bit low. Better opportunity here. Kaz Brown with another block. Kaz Brown has been impactful.
I'm watching this in slow motion. There's three players around Drews covering, but no one making a move at the ball when it comes back. So it's almost like they're looking at the ball, but they're not actually doing the work.
Kaz with another quick reaction play. Vandewater cross court. Team Abercrombie is on a roll. 9-3. Do you call a timeout? Indeed you do. Off of this cross-court kill from Lindsay Vandewater. Everything working for Team Abercrombie. Kaz Brown playing a key role as the entire team lifts up number 4 through a set and a third. Now's about the time you start looking at that overall score. 34-25. Team Abercrombie with the victory in the first and the lead here in the second. Gives us a chance to go into the game with the U.S. Air Force and Emily Thader, who has been flying high this season.
Hey, Temmie, come on now. Hey, Lindsay! Yes! Yes, MK! Is it?
It's a little crooked.
It feels, yeah, you're right. It's crooked. Let's go, Mo.
Let's go,
Let's go, Temmie, come on. Come on. Here we go now. Oh! Good.
Right back.
Yeah, we've got not too front row, so let's exploit that a little bit. Yes! Great job. Everybody, good job. Good defense. Hey, we can do it. Let's absorb it. We can do this. Let's go. Let's get back out there.
Emily Thader, one of the most politically correct people I think I've ever met. Every time I talk to her, it sounds like she's having an interview.
That's a good point.
Yeah, everything is very, she's making sure that she doesn't say anything wrong.
On McCage cross court misses kind of a planetary swing there, all side spin. If top spin was planetary spin, it'd be kind of rough on us, wouldn't it? The day would never change.
We're
It'd
just
go
spinning.
around.
We're just spinning on a rock in space, Kevin. So
We
it
are.
doesn't really matter which way it spins.
It's
if you
true.
ask me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you can't affect it, so you just got to deal with it. Here's my question, or maybe a question. Who am I leaving out here? In my list of risers, as we have a challenge about whether that ball was in or out from Molly McCage, first of our second set. Ball called out. We'll see if it's in. Here's my short list of risers.
Go ahead.
Key. TTA, Temi Thomas-Ailara,
Okay.
Kayla Handline, Emily Thader, Claire Hoffman.
Okay.
Biggest risers in this season, but I feel like I'm missing somebody.
I'm trying to have a look on the board. Maybe Mary Lake, perhaps?
But we're giving you something to do during this Captain's Challenge.
I'm thinking you got my brain ticking over, which doesn't happen all that often.
Ball is confirmed out. It will be 10-3, and a 7-1 run continues.
That was hard to see from our angle because the ball was coming straight at us.
Abercrombie with the defense. That ball's still good, but Kaz Brown has performed some magic thus far. That was even a little bit too far for her. Dust.
Fairy dust.
Fairy dust.
Sprinkling some gold fairy dust. What's interesting to me is, again, we talked about Abercrombie not scoring the points but still winning. She only has 2 players returning from last week, and neither of them have seen the court yet. So it literally does not matter who's on the court with her. She still finds ways to get wins.
Kaz Brown can't find a way to get enough of that one. Point for Team Drews. Still doubled up. Kaz Brown, Lindsay Van de Weyden, along with Maddie Bug in the front row. Matched up against Hoffman, Valentine Anderson, and McCage. Tough serve. Bug with a nice turn and touch. And Abercrombie bails her side out. That could be her superpower.
Bails out the junk.
Yeah.
Having said that, the combination we have not talked about, her and Morgan Hens, played together 2 weeks. I think it was week 2 and week 3, went undefeated together. That's a great combination, the two of them.
Remember, Brittany Abercrombie has 1 loss on the season. That was in her last match on Monday, finally getting defeated by Titania Dela Cruz. And looking so far like she is back to strength. Big stuff blocked by Temi Thomas-Ailara and Kaz Brown. Oh, we'll give that one a 2-5. She'll pick up plus 12, unquestionably. Touch, popped up. Abercrombie again with the defense. Oh, a little return. Molly McCage with the return to sender. Look at Brittany Abercrombie. She has 6 digs to go along with the rest of her stats as McCage picks up another block.
I think that's an important part of that opposite position. It kind of goes untalked about. If you're a setter or if you're an opposite, you're in that right back position. You're kind of having to sit in that pocket, make some defense.
Serving into the back pocket there for the ace is Team Drews. That's going to be 12 individual points. And that'll be Paige Briggs-Romine off the bench.
Ooh, that's a good looking serve. Side contact, no spin.
That thing was dirty. Temi Thomas-Ailara versus Natalia Valentine Anderson. It's a lot of names, but I'm going to go with TTA advantage there.
Yeah, and Thader talked about it when we heard her in the mic'd up. Hey, when you've got Natty in the front court, take advantage of that mismatch in the height.
Temi Thomas-Ailara has a degree in biomedical engineering from Northwestern. And she has smartly found her way onto the court in this season and taken advantage. That ball was a blast from Drews. Her side still down 5. And 8 in the overall. 5 this set. Starting to think about all position teams. The awards for that coming up. Will Natalia Valentine Anderson be the top setter once again? Thader, middle, Doug. Casanova, right side. No. Thomas-Ailara. Line last time, angle this time. I feel like she has the block chasing.
Yeah, that's exactly the goal, right? Is make the other team adjust to you. And Temi Thomas-Aylara doing a great job of seeing where the block is going the other direction. But what she's also doing, and I think all of Gold can take advantage of this, is being on a winning team in week 5 is almost more important than your own individual points.
Drews with the kill out of the back row. 9 kills for Temi Thomas-Aylara so far for Team Abercrombie. What a performance it has been. We now have Kaz Brown joining us. She's jumped in the chair as she's out for a second. Kaz, you've kind of been all over the place in this one. Everything's clicking for your side. Why are things going so well for Team Abercrombie?
I think we're doing a really good job of staying composed. I think that's just what week 5 brings. We're all pretty familiar with each other at this point, and our team chemistry has been great in the practice gym all week, and so I think we're letting that translate to the game.
Temi Thomas-Aylara now double figures, 10 kills. She is 10 of 13. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, she's amazing. She has such great range and such great vision that allows her to be a great attacker, but her block has been really good, her defense, her passing, so she's a really complete player, and it's fun to see her kind of have it all come together.
What else is going on out there, Kaz? Because we know, we're looking at some of the numbers for Brittany, and she's not having her best night. Only 7 kills on 27 attempts. That's not the typical Brittany Abercrombie we know, but what are you guys doing to kind of step it up and pick it up around her?
I have to give credit to Maddie Bug. I think she's running a really balanced offense, and then Morgan Hentz back there just defending everything that allows us a lot of second chances. So it's good stuff.
All right, Kaz, thanks very much. Things going well for your side. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Kaz Brown and Team Abercrombie +6 in this set, and they are now leading by 9 overall, 41-32. Quickly to the outside, Vandewide has to tip. Oh, that ball smartly played up into the block and reset. Hentz with a high dig. Drews. Roll shot is good. I think there might have been a net in there to go with it. Either way, point for the purple side.
And I had to listen in there. I could see Nati yelling at Drews, go high, go high. Watch here. She tells her not to swing into that block, because I think that's one of the trouble Drews has had right now. She's swinging a little blindly. Now you realize the block is there. Find different ways to score.
Drews 10 kills, hitting 300. There's a nice big block. You mentioned Casanova's role.
She's going to be defensive. If she's not getting her kills, she has to be on the, well, the offensive defensive is what I would call it. She's pressing her arms over early there, taking away the ball before it crosses onto her side.
Ball off the block and gone. Yeah, moments ago you were talking about Heidi Casanova and her performance last weekend. Her first extended action, she had 7 blocks in 3 matches.
And the digs. She set a new Athletes Unlimited record. I think she had 25 digs or something like that. So she was just finding ways to be impactful, even not in the offense.
Molly McCage impactful there once again. She continues to extend her league-leading total now at 37.
Huge combination, the two of them closing it up, and you can see it there perfectly in slow motion, how 4 hands over the net make a very difficult wall to get past.
Can Casanova get it going from the line? She can be dangerous. Right now, she's dangerous to her own stats. Another service error. That will be -8 once again.
Yeah, we saw her picked up by Hentz last week saying, hey, I've seen her in training. I know she can bomb it from the line, but the problem is you got to have those, if you're going to have those bombs, you can't make that many errors.
Abercrombie soft tip this time down the line. She's hit that shot about 3 times. It finally went. 19-13, Abercrombie in control, leading by 9 in the overall as well. That would be a healthy lead to carry over. And what could happen here, Key Michael? We could have Bethania De La Cruz get swept and Abercrombie do the sweeping.
That would be dangerous if you're Betty and looking for the captain or the championship win.
Drews pass Bug.
It's interesting because Betty's team and Abercrombie's team both were pretty dominant throughout the seasons, right? We only saw De La Cruz lose to Abercrombie, and then Abercrombie lost once to Betty. But if Betty starts losing to the other teams, the race changes.
That was Betty's first loss on a Friday night. First time she's lost back-to-back sets in the entire season. That one bouncing around the cage of Abercrombie. Drews has that wrist away out of the back row working. What a set. What a delivery from Bug.
I love watching setters. When you kind of think it's done, you feel like, oh, that point's over. There's just no chance they can do anything with it. And then you get some miraculous one-handed beauty.
That's going to be an over call against Kaz Brown. She knew it, sheepishly looking up at the referee. Yeah, I like the hand shaping that you'll see from setters when the ball is over the net or behind them or in front of them. The shape of the hands typically is almost like a cradle, two-sided cradle for the ball, and you shoot it out of that. That time for Bug, it was almost behind her, and she put both her hands behind it and shot it forward, both hands going forward the same motion.
All while not going into the net.
Correct.
Some kind of body movement has to be absolutely perfect to keep the ball and your hands out of the net.
And then deliver a strike. Bug does it again to Kaz Brown on the back slide off the block and out of bounds. They're up 21-16.
And it's interesting because Kaz Brown talked about that in the chair chat when we just had her. We said, hey, what's going well if Abercrombie's not scoring? And she said, our setter is finding ways to get that ball to the other hitters, figuring out ways to just continue be offensive.
They went on a 7-1 run to Team Abercrombie early in the set, and they have yet to give all of that back. Just a piece here, a piece there. And we'll have a challenge as to whether the ball was in or out. It kind of came towards us. Key Michael, you're our expert. I had it
Emma?
out.
Who decided that?
It's not a good idea to question your own expertise.
All right, let's see.
Ooh, that's a lot closer than I thought.
It's tough. It's tough from the angle. We need an end line look at it. All the gold side are pretty convinced of their own expertise of it being out. You got to call it, though. If you're the captain, if you're Drews right now and you're down by 4, potentially 5, this is the time to use that challenge. This is the reason that there are challenges.
Call confirmed, and Team Drews has utilized both of their challenges here in the second set. 21-16. Looking for a possible double-digit lead going into set 3. Over. Toes on the line is no good.
Yeah, in the same way that the ball only has to be in by 1%, you only have to touch the line by one tiny bit of toe.
Brown nearly missed that one. Snuck it over. Van de Weyde struggling. Maximum effort. Kill across court from Hoffman.
I love that scrappy play from Van de Weyde. Ball almost down, still doesn't give up on it. Big move there, and that may not be the point. They didn't take the point, but it's indicative of the team that Abercrombie has put together.
Bader hit in the direction she was going. 23-17, 2 away. And if they score one of the next 2, they're going to end up with a big lead. Was there a touch? Nothing called. It stands, as it stands now, it is a 10-point lead for Team Abercrombie. They are at a set point. Wow, De La Cruz being swept, Abercrombie doing the sweeping. That will blow open the championship for Abercrombie. Overhead. Timmy Thomas can't quite convert that one. She'll get a second shot here. No, Abercrombie, other side. Hence diving in. She's back up. Another extended rally. Hoffman, winner. Second set point coming up.
Purple take the point, but how about that defense from Morgan Hens, laying out, just making sure that ball does not die. And again, this combination, Hens, Abercrombie, phenomenal.
Misconnection there. Past the frame of Thader. Third set point. Remember how important all of these points are in that aggregate score. It's 49-41. A little bit of work done now can matter at the end of that third set. You're looking for those 60 team points. Thomas Ilara purposely utilizing the outer blocker. 25-19 in this set. And headed into the third, they will go with a 9-point lead, 50-41. We didn't put those brooms away after the first match. They might be doing them here in the second.
Watch you fly, touch the skies, rise up so high. You must be supernatural. Fly, touch the sky, rise up so high. You must be supernatural.
Big moments here in Mesa, Arizona on a Friday night, affecting the championship chase as well as the podium shakedown that we're experiencing headed to the conclusion of our championship weekend on Monday night. 50-41, Team Abercrombie with the lead headed into set number 3. A lot of women in black and gold doing good work. Lindsay Vandeweide among them. Key Michael.
Yeah, she has been asked a lot of her this night because Brittany Abercrombie hasn't been on her top form, but Lindsay Vandeweide has delivered. She's got 7 points so far. She's also had 2 digs. So again, that defensive effort that's happening on the gold side. I love that she's making something out of nothing. The tight balls, the high balls, the ones that are not perfectly in system, finding ways to score on the sidelines, off the hands, into the bottom of the block and recycling. That's the name of the game for the gold side.
Yeah, a number of well-timed kills as Team Abercrombie continues to out-hit Team Drews. Service errors have settled down, 1 for each in that second set, but damage done in the first.
Yeah, that's kind of rolling over from that first set. But again, still, Drews hasn't really found a way to get the gold side out of system with their serve. They haven't found a way to put pressure on the gold side. They've taken Abercrombie out of the offense. That was probably certainly part of their strategy. Doesn't matter though, because other players have been stepping up.
All right, no pressure on you, but if you want to have a chance to win an autographed volleyball by all the AU Pro Volleyball athletes, you can. All you have to do is go to auprosports.com/enter to register today and pick that up. Brittany Abercrombie working with her facilitator, Dietrich Collins Parker. Facilitators rotate around each week and work with different color jerseys, and then we see who ends up in those particular spots. The top spot wears black and gold, and Brittany Abercrombie has been in that spot quite a bit this year. How important are sweeps? Well, we know it's going to affect the championship chase. We know via Savannah Collins that Maddie Kingdon-Rischel may have assured herself a spot on the podium via that sweep, and if we have a sweep here, a third set victory from Team Abercrombie and an overall 180 team point win, Morgan Hens is likely to move up to that number 4 spot and find herself in a potential podium scenario.
Yeah, interesting. And I wonder how many other gold jerseys will end up in the top 10 and overtake those purple and orange jerseys. We won't know until the very end, but you're exactly right. Hens, libero, looking for a champion medal.
Yeah, interestingly, Hens the only other gold jersey athlete with a chance at the top 4. See, not even inside the top 10 anyone else, but another 100 team points would help. Overpass to start definitely helps. Team Drews still scrapping. Thomas Ilara still terminating. Wow, what a night for TTA. That is 12 kills on 18 attempts, been blocked once. That is north of 600 in efficiency. That is good night now from number 25. Captain on one pin, TTA on the other, and it's 2-0 already. Team Abercrombie has to be a demoralizing yet short start for Drews.
And I keep trying to put myself into the position of the blockers. Lauren Page, for example, where do you go? If you've got Abercrombie on one side, you know you can't leave her alone. Then you've got TTA doing damage. It's just rock in a hard place, one evil or another.
No touch. Nothing called. That's 3-0. Drews has lost their last 2 challenges. They do have 2 more here in the third set. It was discussed and waved off. So the open is 3-0. It's 53-41. Another dig, Van de Weyde. And another conversion for TTA, 4-0. Savannah, you were in the huddle. What magic was said for this third set open?
Okay, so it wasn't what was said in the huddle. It was actually what didn't happen in the huddle. Brittany Abercrombie sat down on the bench with her facilitator, Deidre Collins-Parker, for that entire in-between sets. And so they were trying to get a specific matchup. They wanted Lindsay Van de Weyde to block Molly, but she was struggling on offense against her. Then they wanted Brittany Abercrombie to be matched up with Danny, but they couldn't quite get it. So they really spent a lot of time trying to get the right players matched up in the front row.
Well, whatever it is, it's working. Those matchups are working. Everything else in the offense is too. It's 4-0 and already a timeout call. Athletes Unlimited Pro Volleyball is sponsored by Baden. Control being established by Team Abercrombie. They are in a full takeover, 54-41, 4-0 to open the third set. Par excellence being demonstrated here in the third and throughout the season. Let's take a look at Key Michael's nominations for the all-position team, but you don't get an official vote, do you?
I don't get any kind of
Okay.
vote. I don't even have any say in it, but this is what I would be doing if I were doing any of the voting. I love Nati for the setting position. She's so fast. She's been really great in the defense. She's been picked off the board earlier than any other setter pretty much since week 1. Brittany Abercrombie, that's a shoo-in. Kojima, she's been dominant this season. First time we got to see her. I like Molly McCage, and this is where we might differ. Kevin, Kayla Caffey. I think she is a well-rounded player that has a lot in terms of offense and defense. She's athletic. She reads the game really well. Of course, then you got Betty, and I also chose Lekator because I don't know if the last game will back me up on that, but I like her power. I like her speed. I like the way she was a captain. So a lot of things, those are the things I would choose.
Okay, there's a lot to like about that list. Here we go in set number 3 again. 4-0 the open. Make it 5. Getting a little out of control here immediately for Team Drews. What do you do now? You're on that side. You're Joe Trinzi. You've got a robust mustache. How do you address the team in this situation?
Well, first, I just love the way the mustache looks on my face. Second of all, I would, like I said, I would maybe make a double sub here, especially, well, now the setter's back row, but I would love to see Sheridan Atkinson, Nutsara come in, just switch some things up, get a change out there, let the momentum change.
All right, a little tempo and emotion perhaps. They did get a side out there, 5-1. Temi Thomas-Ailara is in the zone, and she's not coming back.
And that might be one of the matchups Savannah was talking about. Temi Thomas-Ailara going up against Heidi Casanova and Paige. She's been winning that battle.
Yeah, she's been winning every battle out there. Temi Thomas-Ailara continues to pile the numbers up. 14 for 20, hitting 650. You can just mark it down now. If you're an Unlimited Club member, going to vote on MVPs. Your MVP one is wearing number 25.
You also don't get a vote in that.
True story.
The fans do. I think they do get a vote if you want to give Kevin half credit.
How do you know I don't have a bot farm signed up as fans just to affect the MVP?
You would. If anyone would, be you.
Abercrombie Doug. There's still plenty of set to go here despite that open. Look at that, all of a sudden it's 6-3. That ball is down. Magic number in this set for Team Abercrombie is 17. In other words, when they put 17 points on the board, there are no longer enough points remaining for Team Drews to catch up in that aggregate score. Nazi got enough of it. The front row got a whole bunch of no Maris Velez Augusto. Roll shot down the line, finds the line, and just like that, it's 6-4. Here comes Team Drews.
And they're going to need a huge push here. And I think if anyone can do it, Danny Drews, with her positive attitude, no matter what, she never looks like she's defeated.
She has 15 kills, and she is hitting 350. That is a good night by any measure.
Yeah, she's always pretty solid in her role. The question that we had coming into the night, was there enough firepower to support her? She's got Hoffman on one side, she's got Casanova. Those two are not putting up the same numbers you might get from a Lekator, from a Cat Bell, from an Abercrombie.
Yeah, Drew's down on the ground now. Opportunity for Team Abercrombie. Noma with a dig. Drews dug as well by Thader. Middle's playing defense. Oh, and blocking at the net there. Drews reaching over.
And I think to the point, again, of Drews kind of having to do everything, here is a fantastic block. She's low and tight, gets way on Abercrombie, but she's at 17 points now. Molly McCage at 11, but no one really else is stepping up. Hoffman with 4, Casanova with 3, but those are not big enough numbers, and Ace will do nicely from Page.
Little 6-2 run. Nice way to respond to being down 5-0. Looking for the deep corner. Gets a little too much deep, not enough corner.
I think she got scared off by the net, the dribbler that almost dribbled back on her side. She said, let me put a little more height on it this time.
This has been a good scoring rotation with the captain of the line. Not this time. McCage on the delivery from Natalia.
We don't often get to see a McCage on a quick front set.
Sheridan Atkinson is in. You called for it.
In the back court, though. This is not where I would use her.
All right. Well, she's just in at the opposite spot. Brown stopped, covered by the captain. That ball will be delivered very nicely. Atkinson did not get enough of it. Good effort by the 55 who just entered the match, and she will now stay in that position, the opposite. So you got some change over here for Team Drews. Looking for some production out of that spot offensively. Casanova for the moment leaves 2 kills on 17. 2 balls into the block, 1 out of bounds.
Yeah, 2 on 17, a negative 6% efficiency. You had to make a change. You got to throw some spaghetti at the wall, even if it's not your first choice.
In the pocket, hence with the dig. That ball standing on the cable. Abercrombie scoops it high, gives herself time. Atkinson digs it back over. Thomas-Ailara, another kill. They are exploiting that matchup.
Exactly like Savannah was talking about, finding ways to utilize that height mismatch, and that's a perfect time to do it anytime Nati's front court, and not that she's a poor blocker. she'll put those hands over. She'll solidly get her touches and get her blocks. But if you can maximize, if you can get your ball at its peak, you can go straight over her.
So
Not me or you, but Temi Thomas-Alara can.
exactly. Temi Thomas-Alara again. She's a high flyer. 60 team points available for the win. 40 for this set. 100 still hanging in the balance. Those go to everyone on the side that wins. That ball overpass, saved by Natalia, but she's in the net. If you do your best fish imitation, you lose the point.
That was one of my vocabulary last week. Fishing. An excellent Sunday pastime. Not so much in volleyball.
Did you make a drawing for that one?
Oh, I did. Put Nemo on the board.
You went fishing for Nemo? It's not very nice. Who eats clownfish?
I mean, it was an abstract drawing, you know? It was the essence of fishing rather than actual fishing.
11-9, hanging tough, Team Drews. We'll see if this Atkinson sub pays off. Paige Briggs Romine comes in. Thomas-Alara fights it off and then nearly got another kill. Drews shading that way, makes the defensive play. Hence, Thomas-Alara. Another dig over. Briggs Romine lays out, but at the onslaught, just too much. Never able to get their feet under them, Team Drews.
It's a good finish by Thader, but I'm also watching that pickup by Bug, and she very slowly, casually, calmly puts it in the backcourt for Hens. So that's the value of having a really solid libero as well. She could take that second setting opportunity.
Abercrombie off of Atkinson. And maybe that's one of the trade-offs there, the defense you can get out of that position.
Yeah, we talked about how solid Heidi Casanova was in her first outing in defense, digs and blocking. And you're exactly right. If you're not getting the offense, do you change for Atkinson, who maybe isn't as strong in that defensive area?
Pence with another dig. That one sets up off the air conditioning. Drews again, dug by Hens once again. Thomas-Alara inside of Lauren Page somehow. 14-9.
Everything she touches is turning to gold right now, so it's fitting that she's wearing the gold jersey. 15 on 25. Those are phenomenal numbers.
Covered up by her teammates here. And then somehow it's a kill. Good luck to the scorer on that one.
There's an example of what Nati can do, right? So that was not easy pickings. Thomas-Alara brings her arm down, swings into Nati. She'll get those touches, but again, Abercrombie's side just finding ways every single time they touch the ball to score.
Team Drews on the ropes here. They've burned both of their timeouts. The magic number for Team Abercrombie is 17. They are 2 away from taking the overall, and they look to be in control of this set. Timeout called by Team Drews. Let's send you in and show you what it's like to be on the side of Molly McCage, number 5 in purple.
I like that lower octave. I can do that. Violetas. Violetas somos. Let's go! Slide! Slide! Let's go! What do you think? Challenge, 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 challenge. Can we challenge in? Yeah. Yeah, but anything can happen, so. Right. Like one, build and build and build. We're not gonna give up. Yeah, we're really patient. That's who we are. Yes. Red, 1, go. Running. Come on, Nati, over. Slide! Ah! Let's go! Nati! Yes, Molly.
First of all, I love Molly McCage. Secondly, patience is something they're talking about, wanting to have a lot. Had a conversation with her before the match And she and I were talking about Trevor Clevenot, French national team player, and how he's so good at grabbing the ball and throwing it into hand. She said, I want to do more of that. But as a middle, how do you? Because you don't have time. The ball just comes at you so fast.
Trevor Clevenot, now two-time gold medalist for France. They will be into LA, the two-time defending gold medalists, having won in Tokyo and just now in Paris. McCage, a member of the PEC, the Player Executive Committee. In fact, she is the chairperson of that committee, and they got together for a little shoot. Nice to see people in non-volleyball attire.
They looked amazing, first of all. They are fantastic, phenomenal athletes, but also I love a little bit of fashion. You know, we're learning that we can have that side as well, and I think it's so cool that these women get to show what they can do. One of the best parts of these outfits, Molly McCage giving some of the details behind her outfit, which looked phenomenal. But I love it. I love to see it.
Tall woman clothing, hard to come by, especially attractive, well-built tall woman clothing, and someone has stepped in to help, haven't they? Berkeley Oblad, I believe, has stepped in.
Yeah, Berkeley Oblad also making that top that she's wearing. She went to the shoot this morning and looked absolutely phenomenal. Adding those tall clothes to the wardrobe is not easy to do.
(16-9) action back on floor. Team Abercrombie, Kevin Barnett alongside Key Michael, Savannah Collins in stadium. Overhead Abercrombie looking for a touch, looking for something, did not get it. 16-10, still plenty of room in it for the magic number of 17. This will be the second chance to close that overall. It'll be 60 team points being awarded here. If they can pick up one more point in the set, they can pick up this set, they will have a clean 180. And the championship chase is going to have a gap in it between Abercrombie and Dela Cruz. Atkinson cleans it up in the front, gets pumped.
Well, there's a perfect example of why you want Sheridan Atkinson in your front court. A great heads-up play. She is all power, and I feel like for someone who's been sitting the bench all season long pretty much, she's got a lot to say.
Valentin Anderson dug it a little bit over. Thader cleaned it up, and that'll do it for the overall. 60 team points go to Team Abercrombie. There are not enough points left if Team Drew scored every one of them to catch that lead of 67-52. No touch, says the gold side, and instead they just block it back. And Emily Thader will now say, of course I touched it because I get plus 12 for that block, so I will take those points, thank you very much.
Yeah, Thader, one of the players capitalizing on being on this gold squad in the final week. She's had some good numbers, but again, being on the winning side, on a sweeping side, that's where you want to be in week 5. Doesn't matter if you're wearing a captain's jersey or not, you just want to be on a winning team.
We don't see back-to-back sweeps very often. We saw it last weekend, we may see it again here. Odds are looking pretty high that we will. Hoffman, second contact. Does Drews move herself to the opposite, or does she start Atkinson? Some choices to be made before Sunday. TTA, nice run down defensively. Good spot. Van de Weide trying to clean it up. Nati to Danny to the ground. Drews with some life in him. -5, but climbing.
Yeah, Drew's a big part of that as well, and she's able to get really difficult shots. You see as a lefty how much range she has in terms of slicing that down the line when it's not perfect.
Good delivery, that through the hands off the head of Page. She's back. Atkinson as well. Down the line winner. The lead is just 4.
Ooh, where's that been hiding? Atkinson with a thump. Nati going full speed ahead. She knew she'd have a one-on-one, but that's where you got to utilize that height.
The Long Beach native, one-time Purdue star, 6'5", Atkinson. Super sub so far. Do you set her again? Yes, you do. And she blasts through the block once again. Sheridan Atkinson, who's headed to Grand Rapids, for professional volleyball, PVF. Coming out of a Greek League performance where she was MVP. Showing her stripes here in week 5. They might have just changed the starting lineup. Hoffman with the ace, 18-16. Do you call a timeout here? Captain Key.
Yeah, this is probably a few too many points in a row if you're Abercrombie. We're already over here talking about a sweep, but the purple side not going quietly. Love this turn of events.
18-16 timeout. Team Abercrombie for the first time all evening, struggling just a bit. All right, it has not been a struggle for us. Welcome into our position, Kevin Barnett alongside Olympian Key Michael. It's been a lot of fun. We've had out some of the sweet merch. This is my Betty Championship t-shirt from 2022. The question is, who's going to be on the t-shirt this year? Why and who are you picking for the overall title here, Key Michael?
I mean, after the last match that we saw, the sweep on Betty, I had to say Brittany Abercrombie because she's been the most consistent. She has been the most calm. Her performances have always been solid. Tonight, however, she hasn't got the win on the board yet, and also her performance, her personal performance, is lower than we've seen all season. So maybe the pressure is getting to her. Maybe we start to see a little instability, but I still have my money on Brittany Abercrombie.
All right, just a little bit of an ebb and flow here. Brittany Abercrombie with a substantial lead at this point, looking at 260 odd points, 250 some. But everything's still to be established in this match. There's still 40 set points available. Forget the stat points that are available. Could be a pretty sizable lead. A lot yet to be determined behind as well. Hence chasing. Look at that. Hence is just under 60 points back of Danny Drews. And that's going to play off against one another right here. All right, be sure and check out the brand new AU Athletes Marketplace. AU Pro Athletes Marketplace is a hub for businesses and fans to engage with the athletes directly on a variety of individual NIL activities. Go to auProsports.com/marketplace to see how you can support your favorite athlete today. Timeout call by Team Abercrombie for the first time. Savannah Collins, what's happening on that side?
Yeah, Brittany Abercrombie just trying to bring that calm to her team. It's something that we've talked about across the 4 weeks that she's been a captain that she's so good at, is having teams that really excel when it comes to composure when pressure is on the line. And I asked her about that. I said, why do you think that is? Week after week, although your roster changes, that facet never really goes away. She said, I think that trickles down from me. She said, the only time I'm having stress at AU volleyball is at the draft. She goes, but once the draft is finished, I'm not stressed. I should have no stress on the court, and I should lead the players on my team in that same way to be composed and stay calm no matter the situation in a game. Kevin?
Yeah, that is always a challenge in this, is to not only manage yourself, but manage those around you. Impressive from Brittany Abercrombie.
Yeah, and we've seen her teams go up and down. We've seen them be in winning positions, but you're exactly right. Her demeanor, her composure never changes.
Block again, Page next to Atkinson. Scooped by Valentin Anderson. Where do you go? Captain looking for a kill, jams it through, and finally gets one. 19-16. Here's an unfortunate stat. We spent a lot of time talking about the positive stats here in the league. For Danny Drews, captain has been a tough seat. She's 0-3 this year. In fact, she's lost 10 straight if you go back to last time she was with us. That is a tough record, including this match here where she's already lost the overall, trying to salvage with a set victory. Sheridan Atkinson has come on strong. She's 4 for 5.
And there's one positive I will give to Danny Drews. It might not have been her first choice to have Sheridan Atkinson in, but to make that change in the third set, say, you know what, I do have puzzle pieces I can shift around. Let's try something else. And it seems to be working. So I think that's a value that a captain has to have as well, being adaptable.
Yeah, Natalia Valentin Anderson told me this season when she was captain, she said Bethania is really good at making those tough decisions quickly, as we did get a double call there on Kaz Brown. Said that that's where Betty really excels, is she can be composed enough to not waste extra time on decisions that need to be made.
And one of the things about being captain, I think, is you're with your friends, right? Your teammates are your friends, and no one wants to hurt each other's feelings. So I think Betty is really good at kind of separating that I am a player and I am a friend on the court and off the court.
Team Abercrombie has watched it all wash away. We are tied at 19 here in set 3. What looked like it might be a sweep is instead turning into a salvage operation, an 8-1 run for Team Drews. Another tough serve down the middle, it's an ace. Lauren Page and her side lead. First lead of this set.
Clutch serve from Page, and look at the little bit of topspin that's on it. It's almost a hybrid serve, but dropping in front of TTA, making her move, making her make a decision. Purple looking strong right now.
Second timeout called by Team Abercrombie. Boy, it looked like this set might just be a blowout and this match would be over in a hurry. Instead, we have stretched into a complete comeback by Team Drews. So 69-61, they're not going to come back in the overall, but they could very well win this set. Took a look at your all-position team earlier, Key Michael. Now we'll take a look at my all-position team. You and I did agree on several things here, especially from the top. Natalia Valentin Anderson, another exceptional season, showing her value in so many different ways, particularly defensively outside of just the setting, not to mention her serving. Manami Kojima, best addition to the league this year, probably.
Agreed.
But followed up by Brittany Abercrombie, who would get into that conversation. Molly McCage continues her excellence. Then I had Tori Dixon, who was on the all-position team last year and quietly having a fantastic season. Her stats in some categories don't meet some others, but her sides win.
Okay.
Her sides win a whole lot. Betania de la Cruz Mejia, obviously, and then Maddie Kingdon-Rishel, which is kind of the opposite argument as Tori Dixon. Maddie Kingdon-Rishel's had some exceptional stat points, and for some reason, her teams could not get over the hump for a while. If she'd won just, say, 3 more sets throughout the year, we'd be talking about a 3-way race at the top of this league for the championship in this final weekend. Instead, we're talking about Maddie Kingdon-Rishel and her emergence finally to getting victories and now captaining her own side here in week 5.
And I think after what happened in the last match, you probably have more right to these kind of players than I do. I will admit, defeat every once in a while.
Defeat? What? No. Never.
Well, I mean, Maddie Kingdon swept, and I chose Leketer, who ended up being benched.
Well, you know, details. How about coming off the bench and making a difference? The double nickel, Sheridan Atkinson.
Yeah, impact play times 1,000. We called for it in set number 1. Where was she? Used that sub, let her free. Here's what she can do. She has height, she has power, and right now, she's not the focus of the blockers, so she also has the element of surprise. So she is able to score a couple of cheeky points there here in this third set that have gotten the purple side back into a fighting chance. She may not be the overall top point scorer, but impact play makes a big difference.
A few more plays from Atkinson, some more digs, and it might be a Team Drews 40 set point salvage here to avoid the sweep and actually tighten up the race at the top.
Question is, will Abercrombie make any changes? She's got Gia Day on her side, who's been an impact player in the past. Haven't seen her yet on court today.
Page remains at the line. Fast to the outside this time. Van de Weyde. I saw a couple of those go by in the warm-ups. That was quite deliberate to go that fast. Tied at 20.
Yeah, definitely trying to beat Atkinson with speed. She's got the height, but maybe a little bit of a slower blocker. That's the goal there.
Nice slice off the block. Not even a charging Hens can come up with that one. Danny Drews with another kill. Her side holds the ad.
So now here's the advantage that the gold side have. Atkinson now in the backcourt. How can they utilize that on top of Natty Anderson block?
Van de Weyde is up there. Instead, overhead, deep corner, high on Atkinson is a winner. Blackjack, 21-21.
We talked about that substitution of Casanova and Atkinson. You lose that defensive edge that you might have had with Casanova back there. So Abercrombie certainly have that in the back of her mind when she swings that high and deep.
Ace service between Hoffman and Drews. Opportune moment for that. Keep in mind, no timeouts remain for either side as we stretch down to the completion of this match. Short in front of Hoffman. She picks it up. McCage got it. Looked like a net violation to boot. Deuce is wild. They've gotten a Thomas Ilara lately. McCage scoops, cannot quite connect. Thomas Ilara straight down the line again. Natalia Valentin Anderson has been taken over by 25. They've slowed her down a little bit recently, but her numbers continue to be quite gaudy. Now 17 kills on 28, hitting 600.
Oof. Painful.
Oh, ace service through the cable and down. Kaz Brown has put us back to a sweep situation. Team Abercrombie looking for the 40 team points despite the rally. That ball is long. If they can complete the sweep here, Morgan Hens is going to end up in 4th place.
I was just watching Sharon Atkinson almost get hit by the ball there. That would have been the worst possible way to end the set and the point.
Second set point. Close it now or go overtime. Paige brings Romine. Little switch there of the blocking assignments. Valentin Anderson back over there now. Swing over the top, dug by Drews. One more time, no, Captain. This time, defense from Atkinson saves it.
Oh.
Scramble plays. TTA, got it with authority. Paige brings Romine, gets it up high for the finish. A straight right leaves it at 25-23. What a way to end.
Man, if you wanted drama, you got it here tonight. How many times did that score flip-flop? How hard did Purple have to work to get back into that set? But yet, Abercrombie, like usual, the gold remains on her side. She put together a team that was holding her, carrying her, lifting her through this match. She was not in her perfect condition, but you know who was? Tammy Thomas Ilara, Lindsay Van de Weider, and a phenomenal playing Hens. That is just a tough, tough team to beat.
Tammy Thomas Ilara finishes with 18 kills, hits 550. Lindsay Van de Weider, 9 kills, 7 digs, and an ace in that aforementioned supportive performance.
Heartbreaking for the Purple side. They had to scrap to get back in, but you knew it. You knew Brittany would not go down without a fight. And here's a look at the updated leaderboard.
Yeah, they weathered the storm, and how about that, opening a 370-odd point lead. Brittany Abercrombie is perhaps on the way to the championship, and Morgan Hens has jumped her way up onto the podium.
Yeah, I'm having a look at the other Purple jerseys that are still in the fight there. Claire Hoffman, one of them. Tammy Thomas Ilara, if they had gotten that final set victory, would have bumped up a little bit more. But where are the other gold members? That's what I'm wondering. The other people in those jerseys, I have questions.
Sheridan Atkinson comes on, gets 4 kills, but it's not enough. Danny Drews has 17, hits 310, a good night by any measure, but some real questions remain for their Sunday action on that side. Danny Drews in the #1 jersey continues to have to fight it out at captain. For Brittany Abercrombie, it has been a dream rookie season of lethal efficiency. We'll be back with you on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern, with more AU Pro Volleyball. For information about where to watch, go ahead to auprovolleyball.com. For Key Michael, Savannah Collins, and our entire crew, I'm Kevin Barnett. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Sunday.